Hello everyone, my name is Jasmo, and today we're going to be painting some whimsical looking poppies, aka red flowers. And I'm doing it on a larger canvas this time around because the final product is going to be on a canvas about 10 times the size of this one. And by large, I mean it's pretty big. I actually raised my camera up a whole bunch, and it is mounted to actually one of these. The whole thing's not even on the screen. It is big. It is quite big. Now I have a tinier canvas that I did experiments on to see if I could, there we go, get white watercolored pencil to draw on top of it, and we can, which is very nice. Hopefully that'll focus. There we go. I've got a plate covered with saran wrap over here. That's going to be my palette this time around, and wow, you can see everything. That's my chat. That's the table. I have a glass table. All right. Do I need a chair? I don't think so. I prepped the canvas today, as in I painted the background before anything else. I bet a few coats, actually. Like 3 or 4 coats. And we're using this lovely stuff. This is Liquitex Basics acrylic paint. Heavy body, so it's really thick and sticky and dry. And for the background, let's see, we used phthalo cyan green, prism violet, and cerulean blue. Just these 3 colors. And I've noticed the more you layer purple on top of itself, the darker it will become. So if you want a lighter purple, fewer coats. And I don't think I'll need any of these 3, so let's set them off to the side. Way off to the side. And the other colors we're going to be using... Ah, Zalizer, hey. Wait, hang on. I didn't refresh my thing. Yeah, hey, good afternoon. How are you doing today? I didn't refresh one of my chats over here, so there's like the previous chat log from last time. Anyways, these are the colors we're going to be using for the actual poppies. A cadmium red, a light green permanent, and a cadmium yellow. Will they work? I don't know. We're going to find out. Make sure I get myself plenty of cord here. I've got my coffee off to the side. I have my hair dryer and some paper towels. Let's see. Also have water that I've already used. Some of it's dirty, some of it's not. And yeah, we're gonna draw first. I actually have a better reference, slightly. You can't really see that, can you? There we go. This is what we're shooting for this time. Yeah, this is what we're shooting for this time, because when I showed my commissioner the previous poppy I had done, they said, "Oh, that looks so accurate," and they sounded really disappointed. So we're gonna make some whimsical inaccurate poppies, aka red flowers, today. Okay. Paintbrushes off to the side, please. Thank you. God, this thing is tall. I need like 6 inches more that way, because I think the poppies are just gonna be about here, and you have a lot more room. So 2/3 basically. If we break this up into thirds, we might actually want to measure that and be all artsy and accurate and crap. There we go. How big is this? This is almost 20 inches. Or it is 20 inches. What is 20 divided by 3? We'll find out. 6.6 forever. Okay, 6.5. So, this 13.32. Yes, thank you, Zalizer. We need 13.32-ish if we want to be somewhat accurate. So, yeah, somewhere around here. Probably somewhere around this hair. Now, I applied the background with this particular brush, and it's not a good brush. A lot of bristles fell out on this sucker, so there's that. So that's why this is also practice, is there are little hairs embedded everywhere. Alright. We're just gonna try and squish on some things here. The biggest poppy, probably gonna, yeah, the biggest poppy is the lowest poppy. Okay. Okay. Doot, doot. Now that should be the top of the flower, right? That should be the top of the flower. I'm gonna try and draw really light. Really, really light. Time to put on frolicking pants, indeed. Indeed, or in this case, a painting apron. Okay, you're there. So we're gonna... How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6. Usually odd numbers are better, but we can do with that. Oh, this should have been way... More frilly is basically what I heard. And a little bit more abstract. Not like, apparently as accurate as this other one was, even though it didn't look very accurate. To me, that's okay. So we have 1, we have 2. There will be more waviness in this one. Next one is about, yeah, it's a little bigger. Yep. Hopefully that won't cause much visual tension. Okay. It's this swoopy line right here that's gonna hopefully bring out the whimsy. Okay, this is not the largest one, but it's close. And this is because this comes up here. Okay. Something like that. Already kind of foobarred on this, I think. Don't know how I can fix that, really. Okay, there's a little tiny dude over here. Don't even know if you guys can still see where I'm drawing at. Yeah? Yeah, you can. Okay. Kind of. Okay, this is without any stems yet either. I want to get the main flower bodies done here. And I need a standing desk, my god. Just horse stance, okay. This one's off center. And it's still quite close to this. But it is also quite large. There is another dude about here. Yeah. There we go. We'll have a little bit more wave in there, I think. Okay. Ah, that might also be part of the thing. Okay, I'm gonna sit for this last little dude. Big dude. Oh, there we go. This one is the weird one. Okay. Okay, I don't think we shouldn't need this anymore. So we'll just plump that over there. Nope, we don't need that. Ah, damn. Oh well. Sure. Sure. Okay. Stems in there. Emerald M, hello. Good afternoon, how are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day today. There we go. Okay. This guy. There we go. And this can be way wavier. This can probably be way wavier. Did not actually draw out waves. Okay. I am painting on a canvas board. It is literally a board that has canvas stretched directly over it. And this is a 10 by 20. Yeah. You can get this at wilsonbickford.com. I actually prefer to paint on real canvases and not canvas board, only because you can hang canvases stretched over frames much easier than canvas boards. Canvas boards you need to frame separately, or just make them a leaning piece on like a shelf or a table or something. This poor giant poppy down here is fugly. Wonder if I can erase. Oh, we'll find out. Oh, we'll find out indeed. We'll try it on the inside. Oh my god, I can. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh my god, yes. Okay. I need to brush off all the little hoopty rock. Come here. And just make a mess everywhere. This is just a drafter's brush, really. Try and be really gentle so I don't, like, dig in the eraser bits. And make sure all the eraser bits get off of everything. Okay. Sweet. So if I don't like something in here, I can change it very easily, which I think that's pretty much all I needed to do on that one, was change that. Basically get rid of it, because I did not accurately follow this dude, but it looks way better without that bottom part, so I wonder if I can fix this dude. I don't need this anymore. I just needed it for the general placement of things. Okay. Okay, this is amazing. This makes me incredibly happy. So this is a watercolor pencil, just a white watercolor pencil that I'm using, not a real, not even just a colored pencil. And the only reason I'm using it is because it's like the only colored pencil I have currently, but I also figured that it would be a little bit more gentle on top of the acrylic since it's water soluble. Actually, yeah, that fixed it a lot, so not seeing the underside of the poppy is okay, is a-okay. Nice. And it makes me really happy because I don't have to paint over anything. I don't have to worry about it since we already have our background in here and done. Pretty much. And it's just going to be an abstract background with some whimsical poppies floating in it. Not really floating. I don't know how to put these things. I don't know how to ground them, unfortunately. You can kind of see them. Alright, and the colors you actually see on screen are way more dull than they are in real life. This green down here at the bottom, it's more like an emerald, like a gem green, and not a washed out green. Yeah, all these colors are pretty much jewel tone colors. Can you see how green this is? No, you can't. It's really super washed out too. Okay. That's okay. Oh, we know what it looks like. in real life, it's alright. Okay. Not too happy with the curve of this. This might be like my new favorite method of painting. Because it's so forgiving. So forgiving. Okay. As it does not want to focus. It focuses eventually. Okay. Alright. I'm actually going to look up, because I took a picture of the thing my commissioner wanted me to reference, and so I'm using that. What is this under? Traditional? No. Did I save these? I don't think I did. I didn't, so I'll have to look at them upside down. That's okay. Oh, they just kind of all flowed off into the distance. Okay, so what I'm referencing is actually from a round bird bath. It's from a round bird bath. That's why it didn't translate so well. I could have placed these a little bit better. But then I can also just kind of... I can have the colors just kind of trail off. Sorry, I'm just like feeling everything. Okay. This is probably going to take several coats of paint. It took 3 coats of paint to get the background solidified to where you can barely see the canvas in a few spots. There's a couple of spots. You can see the canvas texture, of course, all over, but in a few places the paint looks a little tiny bit thin. So, yeah. And I'm going to be using straight up red for the base of this painting. I think I'm done with the drawing part. Maybe. That's a lot of visual tension right there. Need to have that come this way. Okay, yeah, let me just tweak a few things. Visual tension is when you have 2 things that are painted really close to one another and they're not quite touching, or it's really close to the edge and it's not quite off the edge. It needs a little room or a little space, so you either gotta put one over the other or make it go off the canvas. It drives some people crazy. Okay. Flower heads first, I believe. Yes. Assuming I don't roll over my cord. Okay. So I'm not going to use these giant things. These are done with. They are gone. We're going to be using this tiny collection of things. This fan brush is actually going to help put on the, I guess, the final texture on this giant guy. Right there. Don't need pencil anymore. And then the rest, yeah, the rest is the stems. We'll paint with tiny liner brushes. I might just use these 2 mostly, depending. Yes. Okay. So, since we're going to do just red, we're going to have just red on the canvas. That was not messy at all. I hate it when it goops like this, I honestly do. It is just a pain in the butt. Let's stick that over there and hopefully don't forget it. Okay. Make sure I get all of it off my hand. Alright. I don't know how weird this is gonna look. I have a lot of light coming in from the side from a window, so it might be a little glossy. How am I gonna do this? So I can see. I don't know. Is flat better? Yes, flat is better. Okay. So we're gonna outline. And fill in with just a thin coat to start with. Oof. Oh, come on, cord. Work with me, work with me. I'm probably trying to paint over the white of the pencil. There we go. Oh, that was a lot of paint. Holy crap. Okay. That was a lot of paint. I just have a giant gob of paint on my brush and I am scared. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna try and make sure our brush strokes kind of go towards the center. Just to help with the form of the flower later. If it's not dry already, and it kind of is dry already, so we'll move on. We'll move on. And hopefully remember what the center of these little buggers look like. Okay, thankfully that white gets hidden really, really well from the pencil. Do you have to sketch with a watercolor pencil? Nah. I know at least one acrylic painter that uses just a light blue colored pencil to do all of her sketches with first, before she starts painting. Just a normal colored pencil. And it's mainly because I think graphite bleeds, so if you try to use just a normal pencil, graphite will bleed into the colors that you're trying to put down. Okay. Another big slab of red. Can't see too well. Okay. Really couldn't see too well. Wait, before I start picking up paint. I have to learn to stop touching at some point. Because at some point, if you don't have enough paint on your brush, you'll just start picking paint up off the canvas again. It looks more like a 4-petal flower rather than... There we go. background's gonna be really frilly, apparently. Yep, that's alright. That's alright. Okay, move the paint so we can maneuver the canvas. Just kind of rearrange everything over here. There we go. And yep, that is my head. My camera is at like 3 times the height it normally is. Hopefully the camera doesn't focus on that. Oh, Zalister, there you go. 3 more disclaimers to go. The end is in sight. Nice. Stop touching that guy. You're pretty tiny. No, you'll be fine. We'll be fine. This is big. This one's very, very big. Okay, we're pretty much on almost all of these. Have the white outline dealt with. I'm not gonna actually worry too much about keeping my lines clean or anything like that. at this point in time. Looks like I forgot to erase something. Wink. If I was smart, I would have left the middle open on all of these. That's okay. And the question is, what color do I use for the middle on all of these? Because I kind of swore off using black and white to mix colors. Because I did not like the outcome of them. Then I'm not using true primary colors, so that kind of probably killed some stuff too. I actually used all the red. Amazing. This stuff dries so quickly. It gets tacky so quickly. Okay. Coffee. Try not to stick my arm in that. I'm kind of actually glad there are so many poppies on here, because I may not need to use the hairdryer as much. Because by the time I'm done putting a coat on the bottom one, the top one, it should pretty much be dry. Unless we put a really thick coat on it. Okay, and this time I'm definitely paying attention to the brush strokes. Kind of also to help me when I go to put on this center point on all the other ones that I didn't leave it open on, is wherever all of these strokes meet in the middle is where the center should be. Because that's how it should work. Okay. That dude. Still trying not to stick my arm in this giant poppy down here. I got a feel. It's a lot of paint. More than I wanted there. Okay. So we've got those three. Okay, we've got those three. Now for this raggedy looking monstrosity down here. It's probably going to be in an entirely different position than what it was drawn in. I think. I think it's going to be facing kind of off over this way. Let me check something really quick, which is, am I on my cord? Yes. Oh, chair, how did you do this to me? There we go. Ugh. Little bugger, I need like a clip or something. Okay. Okay. Scooch that all the way in. Keep it tiny, hand hold, there, on the cord. Maybe I'll make a little indication of where I want the center to be. Sure, why not? Okay. Okay. I think I'm just concerned about getting as little of canvas showing through as possible. Basically, as little as the underneath color as possible. Okay. I wonder if I should shut my curtain. I don't know, and that's mainly so the color isn't so washed out. Ah, Technol, yeah, nice. Thank you. Hello, how are you doing? Sorry, I just saw your name. Could not read what you said. I have saran wrap over my chats here to protect them from all the paint, all the scary paint. But how are you doing today? Other than taking some time off of work, I hope your day's been going well. Might be a little much. There we go. Today and tomorrow. Nice. Time off. Sorry, I read in little bursts now. There we go. Are you all the way down? Okay. Not working, but monitoring work from home. Well, at least you're home. There we go. I'm gonna have to erase some of this. That's okay. Hopefully I'll be able to. Okay. Now the question is, do I start putting orange on it, or do I put another coat of red on, and then start putting on the orange? And, ooh, maybe I can use purple for the middle. Oh, you're in IT. Oh, oh man. That sucks. Never not working on vacation. I think one more coat of red before I wash the brushes. I'm trying not to stick my arm in things again. This coat of red may be a little moot. I don't know. I hope work doesn't bother you too much on your time off. So my brain functions very slowly at the moment. Gonna need more red paint. Okay, those three. Yeah, you have plenty. Okay. And then the small fear of running out of paint sinks in, but not to worry. There's plenty. Okay, bigger dude. Kind of flubbed a little. Oh, saved. Nice. Had one little tiny drop of red paint, just not where it was supposed to be. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, and that's my break. I'm immediately gonna stop painting, no matter what I'm doing. And get up and stretch. Yeah, I'm gonna get up and stretch, all of that good stuff. If you've been watching for a while, I encourage you to do the same thing, and I'll meet you back here in about 3 minutes. Alright, I shut my window, or at least half of it, during the break, and that really didn't do much for the color. I actually did a little bit. So, yeah, we'll carry on. Carry on from here. All good. Trying to remember what I was doing. Hopefully it was along the lines of this. Okay. That was pretty much all that needed to be done. So, let's find a clean jar of water. Yes. Okay. Alright. There we go. And then we'll mix up some, orange. Technically, I don't actually need to clean my brushes if I'm just gonna pop on some orange. Which is exactly what I'm gonna do. It's another fun gob. Actually need to let it dry first. Come here. There we go. Decisions. Decisions, decisions. Not entirely sure. Oh my god, nice. Zealous, or coworker got the Oregon Trail tabletop game expansion. Nice. That's something I haven't thought about in a long time, was tabletop games. Not until we watched, oh god, one of the Fireman game that Will played last night on tabletop. That was pretty fun. I like co-op games like Pandemic and whatnot. It'd be swell if I actually remember the name of it. It'd be swell if my brain actually worked today. It's a game where you basically play as firefighters and try to put a fire out in a house together, and you have to save people, and there's explosions and structural damage and all sorts of scary stuff. Brush is so full of paint right now. It's pretty much all I can think of. It's like, how do other people do this so they don't load up their paintbrush full of gobs of paint? I've never actually played Oregon Trail, even on the computer. All I know is you can die of dysentery. That's pretty much it. Oh, there goes the gobbing. The gobbining. More yellow. Oh, that I should have a palette knife or something to mix these, kind of like oil paints. More yellow, please. There we go. I didn't play the game back in kindergarten. Nice. And apparently it's a board game though too, right? Since he got the expansion for the tabletop. Or was it? It wasn't originally a board game, was it? Oh, the board game? Okay, it came out a couple of years ago. Alright. It's actually pretty cool. Originally a computer game from Minnesota Software Company back in the 1980s-ish. Oh, you played it on the Apple IIe. Nice. So long ago were the 80s. Okay. Let me see if this is actually drying. Oh, it's almost dry. The top flare is almost dry because the paint is now going to get a little thicker and thicker. So I'm actually going to run my hairdryer over this for just a little bit to get that orange sunk in before I move on. Alright, let's check. Oh, and knock over green paint. Very nice, very nice. Bottom flower should be dry by the time we get to it. wants to be yellow. There we go. Much better. Okay. Moving on pretty nicely. Yep, you are covered in krill. Oh, paintfish. The bot. That we finally got back up and running after I don't know how long. That didn't work out how I wanted it to. That's okay. So far, this one's my favorite. This particular flower. It has a nice, subtle shading to it that wasn't really done on purpose, which is the best kind. I'm gonna let little ridges of paint stay where they are too, to help with that shading, because they're a little bit 3D. So if I put any other paint over the top of it, it's gonna show through, which will be nice. Okay. I think it's larger brush time. Get some of that red out. I probably don't have nearly enough. Well, I might. Pretty much going by feel at this point. Well, pretty much the whole time. We haven't had any references to like look at directly while we do this. That's okay. It's supposed to be on the more whimsical side, so less accurate. Much less accurate. Accuracy is not appreciated for this particular commissioner. Well, it is appreciated, but it's not the goal for them on this particular painting thing. And this is still practice. This is still practice. Thankfully, I can still use my practices on my Etsy store. Or at least some of them. That's really bright. That's okay. Embrace it. We are okay with this. We are okay with this. Not a problem. Okay. We'll let that dry, I guess. I'm not sure if I want to try and do what I did last time in terms of like a color gradient, where it got brighter near the center. Where it gets brighter near the center. I'm not entirely sure. I was thinking so. So if I was thinking so, why not? Kind of want to see if we can... brighten up this one. Okay. Now I'm going to wash my brushes so they don't get all gunky and goopy, and hopefully I won't splash water on anything. Because this is still acrylic, it will still pull up if you put water on it, which I found out earlier today. I dropped some water on the canvas after it was totally dry, went to go blot it up with paper towels, and it pulled up the color too. Funness. Hopefully I have enough paper towels for these guys. Okay. And then just crush the bejesus out of them to dry. Okay, those can go over there. Put the lid back on this. Pull this over here just a little bit. Kind of scurred just a little bit. Actually, I kind of still have some colors left, except it would take just as long. It would take just as long. And I probably need a smaller brush. Or not. I do want to paint this. I do. And so why not? While we wait for this to dry, because I kind of want to let it dry naturally, we'll just paint on a tiny canvas. It already has flowers sketched on it, just to, yeah, see if it would work, and it did work, so here we go. This is why I like small canvases. You can flip them any which way. And you can actually scrub up the white with a watercolor pencil. You might be able to do the same with a normal colored pencil. Or at least cover over it pretty decently. Oh, I was mean, and I did not leave the center. That's okay. Trying to leave some indications of the form underneath. Still. Oh, that's pretty awful. Sure. Oh, let me let me mute myself so you don't get the lovely hairdryer sound while I dry this. And also try to not blow everything off the table because everything's super light. Alright, little liner brush. Oh, paint. There we go. Okay, where's my other brush? Brush, and brush. Paper towels, put this on top so it doesn't blow away. Put these next to it so they don't blow away. Stick this thing, not in my coffee. There we go. There we go. I think they're dry anyways. They'll probably be good. Doot. Oh, don't be under the wheel again, you little bastard. Where are you? Where are you? Cord. Okay. Seriously, need wireless headsets or something. There you are. There, okay. Oof, coffee. Let that kind of dry up there. Okay. Now, do we glaze with yellow or do we not glaze with yellow? And glaze is just a very transparent, very thin, very watery, transparent thing. Layer of paint. There you go. Layer of paint. Let's get this dirty water out of here so I don't keep looking at it and eyeballing it. It's for red and orange. This will be for yellow. Open sesame. There we go. Open. There we go. Thin like ink. Hopefully this will not be disastrous. Take most of the paint off the brush and then just go wee. It's not disastrous at all. Nice. Okay. We can be a little bit more bold. Since we'll barely be able to see it. And I may not need more than one pass. So far, so good. First little experiment went well. Let's see if I can... Oh dear God. Focus. I don't know if it will... Aha. Kind of. Yep. And then let that dry and we'll add another one later. And then we'll just do that to everybody. Glaze everybody. It may not be totally necessary on all of them. This is where this dude comes in. Fan brush on the larger flowers here. Because it's... Oh dear. Oh God. Super separated. Oh, where is it? There it is. Meh. Super separated. Wow, that camera is hugely above me. This will just put on lines, essentially. A little extra texture, if we can manage. Not foobar things. Like on this dude. Might be all that's needed. They're not nearly as bright as I would like them to be. It could just be a case of you need yellow. And, like, just yellow pigment. I should probably let it dry first, though. Yep. Kind of fix that little faux pas we tried. Okay. I'm gonna dry that glaze really quick. Okay. Might just have to layer and layer and layer and layer. What I want out of this. So far there's no real light source on this piece. None, so we can kind of do what we want. We can, like, truly and honestly do what we want. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Noise. Music. Run my hand over the volume button. Jesus. Thank God this was a nice, quiet song. Oh man. Yeah. I have a feeling I'm failing dramatically here. Oh no, you found 7 more disclaimers you have to do. That sucks. Boo, finding more work. Damn, man. I might stop touching that one. Oh man, it's like a half hour before quitting time for you too, dang. If you quit at 5, or stop working at 5. Man, I've been really silent the whole time. I just want to say thank you to the people who are here, lurking or not lurking. I really appreciate you guys spending your time hanging out. At least we got some decent tunes to hang out with, too. Bink? Ah, Mac! Good afternoon, how are you doing today? Hope your day is going well. Ooh. This way, this way. There we go. Okay. Kinda getting it. Kinda getting it. Oh, I might have found the magic way to hold this brush. Nice. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, man. You actually had me worried there for a moment. Oh, my God. But still, that is such a terrible tragedy. Doing poorly for your team in the company paper airplane throwaway contest. Much feels. I'm sure they'll forgive you eventually. Actually, we might get some love in the chat. Maybe we can, cheer him up a little bit. Oh. Just because you're an artist doesn't mean you know how to fold or throw a paper airplane. But yeah. Oh. How do I make it rain? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Oh, nope, it's not gonna happen. Well, it would help if I spelled your name right. And did the command. I'm probably gonna mount too, huh? I don't know if this will work or not. You might have to rely on paintfish alone. You probably will. My bad. I tried. I tried. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, sound. There. There we go. Well, there's always better luck next time. In the meantime, practice, practice, practice. It reminds me of some of those companies that do like tabletop tennis. And there's actually one place, Penny Arcade, where you know that was part of the job interview, is how well you can actually play ping pong or tabletop tennis. And the person who basically got the job, I think, had professional lessons beforehand, which is kind of crazy. That might have dulled the shit out of that, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna let that dry. Gonna grab her, hopefully not dry. There we go. Brush. Stick another coat on this little dude. So I don't waste any paint, or as little paint as possible. Okay. That's probably all that we're gonna do there. For the red, at least on this one, then we'll add on some orange when that comes along. The question is now, do we do the center of these poppies or the stems? Centers or the stems? I actually do the stems. That's where I'm going to fail the hardest, if anywhere. That's where it's going to happen. Now, I'm using a tube green, but not just the green. I'm going to mix this with yellow, mainly because the green from mixing the blue and the yellow that I have, while pretty, is not nearly as vibrant, apparently, as it would be preferably for the commissioner of this. Well, not of this, but of the whole project. So, I've never used this green before. Okay, got about 10 minutes to break time. That's fine. And actually, I might use this little dude to practice with. Oh, yeah. Grab a little bit of green, smush it over here where all the yellow is. See if I can make a really light, delicate lime green. Kind of. Might actually need some water with this. Make it flow a little better. Okay. Twist the brush. I have the tiniest ball of paint. Okay, that's actually pretty okay. Pretty bright. So happy I don't live with roommates or anyone like that at this moment. Someone could easily come in here and jump scare the shit out of me. Just oh. That'd be not a happy camper time. God damn, you need a lot of paint. Give. Not like that, apparently. Should actually do just fine. Still having a slightly more difficult time hiding the white of the pencil underneath. Still fairly bright. Actually, that's perfect, I think. For stems, the stems. Okay. Make sure we don't trip on cord. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. do. I think it's okay if we have a darker base underneath. So we have, well, we don't really need shading, so that's moot. So never mind. This should be dry. Okay, good. Now I can lay all over it. Oh, the eye twitches. One, I guess. Coffee. There's my coffee. Okay. There we go. Stop touching it until it's dry. Okay. The nerves. Who's blinking at me? Archer. Archer just went live on Twitch. Archer YYZ. Haven't seen him in a long time again. Oh, I wonder if his tattoo apprenticeship went through and he got all accepted and everything. Because that's what he was doing the last time I saw him, was he was practicing for his tattoo apprenticeship. Which is baller. Very baller. Very tempted to see what he's up to. Because sometimes he just plays games. I think I'm finally satisfied with the width of these damn stems. Oh, because the flowers are finally large enough. Because in previous practices, it's like the stems came out really kind of like a kindergartner made them. Straight, thick, not delicate and flowy. It was the first time I had room to make it flowy, because even on this one, it came out rather straight, and that's actually my little break buzzer going off. So I'm going to get up stretched, because I need to. And if you've been watching for a while, I highly encourage you to do the same, and I'll meet you back here in about 3 minutes. Alright, let's see if we can finish this here in this next hour or so. My hope is yes. There really isn't that much to do, except add in little details, of which I'll probably test on this little one first. And the little details would kind of be like fireflies dancing around this damn thing, because it's just a color gradient from a dark purple to a tealy emerald green, although they look really washed out. And it's really plain just having the poppies as is right here, so having some yellowy bits of brightness might help. Just a little. And these will definitely need more than one coat, as I'm seeing as they are drying. Back to it. Finally got a decent consistency on the paint. Although it'll probably be only for that one little bit right there. wavy handshake. That's okay. I wonder if you can call your practice pieces seconds, similar to like chocolatiering, where they will of course make some imperfect chocolates, little tiny dudes. They call those seconds, and they're usually a little bit less expensive than the perfect ones that they put out on display in the front. I'm wondering if you can call these paintings seconds, even though they're, well, they're technically firsts since you make them first, but you never know. I don't know, idle conversation is idle. This one gets like the longest stem, so this one might too. Because they are on really tall, narrow stems in their little bushel packs. They're little groups. So I just willy-nilly throw one on here. Yes, I did stick my hand on that. That's okay. It didn't pull up very much. If anything. Because I will need a second coat, I think. I need a lot of yellow and just a tiny bit of green. I'm gonna have to ground these somehow, either by putting little leaves in the bottom. Ooh, zealous are almost done. That's good news. Coffee break, coffee break. There we go. One more little stem, and then hopefully that wasn't from me on the wall. One more big stem, and then we might go over all of them again. Especially this little leaf, because it is crossing over. I need to try to erase some of that. This one can be kind of fat. Oh, yeah, the right spot. I'm gonna have this go all the way off. That kind of sucked. Updating disclaimers so that they are being pulled from a RESTful API is the opposite of whimsy. I suppose so. Though these flowers aren't really that whimsical. Not whimsical at all. Just hoping they're closer to the mark. That's... yeah. Because if they're not, I just don't know what to do. I need something to talk about. I need a slight distraction. Let's see. Other than the usual, the weather is going to be, 100 degrees all week. Still is. House is barely keeping cool. Well, barely. It's actually doing fine the way that it's going right now. Actually, that fade out is perfect. I don't care about that down there. Let's see. I failed on my own little exercises this morning, doing only about half of them, because I thought I was tired again, and I don't think I'm tired today. Yesterday, exhausted. Absolutely physically exhausted. Today, I just don't know what happened. This is me. I need to babble right now for for a good reason. I need to babble. Let's see. This painting is making me incredibly sad, but I have no idea why, because it's actually coming out pretty okay. Let's see, for dinner tonight, I think we'll be having just, rice. I made a ton of rice this afternoon, so we'll be having rice with probably the mixed vegetables from my mom's garden, which is summer squash and some wax beans and some purple beans, because I already ate all the carrots. Of which I should never eat baby carrots store-bought, those little log-type things, because they wreck one of my teeth. Absolutely, no matter how careful I am, every single time. Every single time it feels like someone's just jammed a razor blade up there in between on the gums. It sucks. That's not even bothering me currently. I think my coffee is cold, but still delicious. What else? What else? Tabletop games, yeah, yeah. Great idea in practice. But when you're an introvert and you're like, oh my god, tabletop games, I can, have people over and play them. And then you immediately go, no one's invited. Just like, yeah. We watched Will Wheaton play the tabletop game yesterday with a fireman and whatnot. And Jim and I were like, sold on the concept, except I feel like we don't have anyone to play with. There's not anyone I would really truly want to invite over to the house to play. And we have played with like his brother and his brother's wife, and that's okay, but we're not really like friends, we're just family. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I'm trying to bring myself back to a semblance of normal and reality, because my brain was just kind of diving off the deep end a little bit. I do apologize for my senseless babbling. Oh, maybe that'll make me feel better. Only one of my art therapy pieces I made a while ago. Nope, that's not it. Where are you? You are here. That's the thumbnail. There's this guy. Okay. Yeah, we're like right there. How do we get back up? Sorry, a while ago I made a art therapy piece, a sphere, and it had like sine waves on it, just like a wavy line, and it was even, and then it dips down really low, and then it comes back up, and it just kind of, it never reaches the top of the sphere, but it dips down to the bottom of the sphere. And right now we're at the bottom of the sphere, and I'm trying to juke myself back up to midway, and it's not working as effectively as I would like it to be. Because the sphere and the whole line thing represents mental state. Bottom being the worst, top being the best mental state you could possibly be in for either side. And there was no lead into the dive this time. There was sort of one. Now, yeah, there was sort of one. This is me self-therapying. How do we drag ourselves out of it? The music might help if we change it to a slightly happier tune, because it's still not like happy, but it's better. I don't know. I just don't know. Because, like, even just focusing on what I'm doing is not enough. Usually I listen to music and I'm talking and I'm doing something, and this time I haven't really been talking, but that shouldn't have started the downfall. Oh, that... jealousy is what started the downfall. Just straight up, out of the bag, jealousy. It's like the worst kind. I'm gonna focus on this little tiny dude. Maybe it's envy. There's no malice behind it. It's just like, wow, I wish I could do that. Or wow, I wish that could happen to me. And then I probably need to figure out, how do I get that to happen to me? Because it was a positive thing going on. I think that's probably the most depressing part, is I don't know how to get there. And I feel extremely rude asking people like, hey, how'd you go about this? Some people may not want to share. Or you won't get the answer you're looking for. It's probably my biggest fear, is not getting the answer I'm looking for. Because for some people, the things that happen that I'm, like, not maliciously enviable, it's just like, it kind of happened, kind of fell into my lap, or I put in so much work and time, and they don't actually detail how much work and time went into it. It's like, thanks. Thank you. I know you meant well. I really, really do. But did not help. Or I just don't know how to interpret it, basically. Yes, I'm actually starting to feel better. This makes me feel better. Which is nice. And not terrifying. I really don't want to get my fan brush dirty again. So we won't. Okay. That. Make a really light yellowy orange. See what kind of trouble I can get myself into with this. Definitely feeling much better. That's yay. That's a yay. Yeah, hand me all this paint. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's done! Nice. Zealots are very nice. Huzzah! That was our yellow jar. I guess it can still be our yellow jar. Okay, center, 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 center. This definitely does not feel bright enough, but I think any more yellow I put on it is gonna kill it, basically. So what do? We drink more coffee, that's what we do. Okay. What do we mix for the center of these? Because the center of Poppies is black. It is black. Did they do a little thing? No, they just have the ring in the middle with dots around it. And then the tiny guy doesn't even have dots, so only the large three, the the large, medium, and small have the dots around them. The rest just have a black center sphere thing. So what I was thinking is basically just using purple, because the purple can get quite dark if you layer it enough times. And that's pretty much essentially what we want to do, is we just want to layer it a whole bunch. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. And we'll probably use this guy. Maybe this guy. It's either a liner brush or a square brush. Let's do square brush. A tiny square brush. Okay, so... I don't know... Oh, erase. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I could very gently get in there. And that is a yes. Okay. I'm gonna erase some of the pencil that's left, because this all should be dry. Even the green, it should be dry. Which it is. Thankfully erasing doesn't take up the paint. There we go. Is there anywhere else that kind of needs it? Get my hand oils all over this. I don't know if that will actually detriment anything. I don't think it will. Yeah. After we're done with this, though... Oh, that's right, I wanted to put little yellow dots. After we're done with this, I don't know if I want to put the glossy Mod Podge on or the matte Mod Podge. I really like the matte because I'm not a shiny, glossy person. Plus, it makes your stuff look wet. But some people like that really high gloss shine, and it's not tacky unless you press down really hard, and even then, it's hardly tacky at all. I think I would prefer matte over glossy, again, because dust would probably not stick to it as badly, if at all. Or you'd be able to dust it way easier, I think, because the gloss is kind of tacky, and the matte is not. Do I have an example of the matte? I do. The matte is literally a clear coat that you cannot tell that you stuck it on there in the first place. There's no extra shine. And it doesn't dull any of the colors. It actually enhances the colors quite a fair amount. And it is very smooth. It is not tacky at all. And that would be my preference, but if someone wanted something shiny, I would totally do that for them. Okay. I'm gonna turn this. Pink. Probably paint the little dudes on first. And we'll probably need several coats. I don't know how to big them. I don't know how large to make these. Probably about that big. Yeah, several coats. That might be like this whole last hour. Actually, no. It won't be the whole last hour. We're gonna put on these. And then we also have to put on the little sparkly doos, which we'll test over here first to see if I can actually make it happen decently. This one we want kind of curved, because part of it's being hidden by the petal. Same with this one. And there, kind of just sketch them in. This one's quite large though, but still. Is that everybody? This one's really big. It's not quite how I wanted it to be, I don't think. Yeah, because everyone else's is kind of small except for this one. Except for that one. So... okay. Put little dudes on this one too. Could have stood to have a little less paint on there. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, is take some of it off. There we go. Way off center on both of those little dudes. There. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot of blow drying. I'm gonna put a layer on, blow dry, put a layer on, blow dry, and that should hopefully do it. Okay, and as I'm looking at this while stuff is drying, these flowers look incredibly flat. Like, putting the yellow in the center was definitely not a good move. Not a good move to do. It should be a red-orange in the middle. It really should. So, now comes the experiment time of, can I fix this? Can we fix this? Yeah, it totally needs to... Ooh, that's a lot of paint. It needs to be darker, at least a little bit, somewhere. That's not dark enough. It might just need to be straight up red. I don't know. Oh dear. Alrighty, Zalisar, get home safely. Thank you for hanging out. this lovely afternoon. Really appreciate you spending your time with me, even at work. You have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you next time. There's also no differentiation between the petals. Ooh. Who knew painting took so long? That may or may not be helping, I don't know. Well, the red will hopefully dry darker. That will be the experiment, dude. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. Yeah, because I've noticed, like, I may have built up the colors a lot, but I just built them up in flat layers. Very, very flat layers. That even though there's, like, a hint of yellow around the center here, there needs to be, I think, more, just basically more red. And it'd be nice if I could get just like a darker shade of red that didn't mix with black, which would decrease the saturation. That would be nice. I guess I'm obviously used to working with pure pigment and only pure pigment, not grayer tones. I'm far more familiar with just pure pigment than grayer tones. That's for damn sure. God, and I thought I was doing such a good job, too. Until I put the little black guys on. That's what happened, is there was some variation down around underneath of where we put the centers. There really was. And then we just covered it up. Then we just flat out, straight up, covered it. So that got rid of all the dimension, basically, in any of these flowers. If there was any. Except for this one, there's just a nice little corner right here where there's a red piece of petal. And we learn from our mistakes. Goddamn. Maybe I should have looked to see if Bob Ross had... I know he has a method for painting animals, and maybe flowers too. I should have looked into that before doing this. Because if it's anything like his landscape painting, that would have been amazing. That would have been absolutely amazing. guess I just stick my hand in all of it, that's fine. It's fine. This seriously makes me not want to paint. just in general, overall, is like, I think I have an understanding and a grasp of it, and then I absolutely do not. Yeah, it's a fun time. Because I think a few minutes ago I was thinking, this won't take me hardly any time at all to finish up. We'll put these little centerpieces on and we'll be good to go. And then we put the centerpieces on and went, holy good God, what happened? Just like, uber fail. Now we're just trying shit. I guess really the only thing that I'm missing is texture at this point. Like, that's pretty much it. Or that would definitely make everything more interesting again, is if we just had some texture. And so I think we can kind of get away with doing some weird stuff. And just, like, having complete and total confidence in the paint. Not even in myself, just in the paint. The paint will do its thing, and it will look good. Somehow. That is all we're really doing. And less of a glaze, more of an actual pigment, so we can get that texture in there. There we go. The canvas will take what it wants. And we will give no foo-bars as to what happens. Unless a very bright piece of yellow pigment decides to take up residence somewhere. And then we'll still not care what happens. Okay. Come here. Try and leave the red out of it, please. Not entirely happening. That's okay. That's okay. You just want a thinner yellow paint. We're just gonna kind of blurt all over. Careful kind of how we pick this up. Okay, everything beneath it is dry, so it should be okay. Should be okay. Did the little yellow pigment thing again, that's also okay. Because this is practice, why not experiment a little bit more, hmm? That might be why my commissioner was like, oh, it's so accurate. Ugh. Except the yellow is totally disappearing because shit dries darker in acrylics. God damn you. God damn you assholes. It's like, what do I buy you for? Buy you to get all transparent and disappear on me. That's exactly what it's gonna do. Rage painting. That is what we're doing right now, is we're rage painting. These little buggers are pissing me off. Okay, just the yellow, just the yellow, just the yellow. Come here, come here, come here, come here. God frickin' A. Yep, just the yellow turns into orange. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Not gonna put up with it. Not gonna. 'Cause we don't have to. A lot. And we'll just smush it. Smush it, drag it away. Cares if it gets off the flower. Don't really care if it gets off the flower. Kinda wanna yell, is this what you want at the painting? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this what you wanted? I think so. I think so. It looks atrocious, but it's got texture. Blur, 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 blur. There we go. what have you. We'll just go with it. Off my brush, there we go. There. Okay. A little bit more. A little bit more. That top flower's yellow just kind of sank. It went away. It's not there anymore. We'll put red on the back side and hopefully call that good. So we can get back to what we were doing. Just putting the centers on all of these little guys. Okay. It's like at this point, I almost want to tell my commissioner, nope, I'm not good enough. Go find someone else. Here's 3 names who can do it way better, way better, and do exactly what you want instead of my amateur attempt. That's exactly what I am in terms of traditional painting, is a hardcore amateur who thought painting would be fun. Actually, I never intended to use acrylic paint. I was only intending on using oil paint and doing the Bob Ross thing. And then I decided to practice in acrylic, apparently. Not particularly for this, but just like to get a handle on painting. Like, what do my brushes feel like? What are the different things I can make them do? That sort of thing. It's like, how well can I command these tools, if at all? Or learn to command them, really. That's all we're doing at this point. Make sure I don't stick my hand in anything, please. My arm, rather. God damn you, transparent colors. Why do you do this to me? Being all transparent and weird. Or like, for some reason the yellow is just not staying where I want it to be, basically, the brightness. I apparently just have to rake the crap out of my brush and drop water on the canvas. And thank God there's 3 layers of paint so it's not noticeable. Apparently I just had to paint this straight up freaking yellow on it. Just like, not even in like a glaze, just like, do the yellow. Just do it. Because it will dry 3 shades darker and never be seen again. I guess the whimsy is gonna come from anger this time. If there is such any whimsy in this, there is none, as far as I can tell. Pessimism. Need to kill it. Need to somehow find a way to kill it. Yeah, holy shit, man. The yellow does dry almost clear. That's angering. It's not angering. It's just, it's weird. It's new and it's weird. And frustrating. Yeah, I don't know how many layers it took me to glaze this damn thing to just be a bright orange. I did just clear coats of yellow and yellow and yellow and yellow for like an hour. And it still managed to go, nah, 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 I am transparent. You can't do shit. Alright. Oh god, that's my break time. I'm gonna get up, stretch, and try not to rage too hard. I'll meet you back here in about, 3 minutes or so. Alright, there we go. Yeah, walk off that rage indeed. Oh, well, we walked, but the frustration still remains. Yellow is a bastard. Yellow is just a straight up bastard. Bastard coated bastard with bastard filling. That's all it is. That's all it will ever be. I just wrecked my little liner brush. Oh. Poor little dude. As good as that's gonna get. I suppose, for the time being. Yeah, I can't really get any darker with red anywhere, but I can do more yellow. Clench the jaw, try not to swear. Fucking yellow. And I've left a paintbrush in my water this whole time. Not good. Don't leave your brushes in the water. You can bend the bristles and whatnot. Do I really want to just stab more yellow at this? Not really, but it might need it. By might need it, I mean not at all. I'm afraid the commissioner, my clientele, is just gonna be like, where's the orange? All I see is red and yellow. Just like, pessimism, die! Oh my god. It's like, pull head out of hole and start seeing the brighter things. I'm actually painting flowers in a weird setting. I really liked the background and how I blended the colors. It was neat, and it didn't take that long. And when Spouse came home this afternoon, I showed him just the canvas, no anything on it, and he actually really liked the colors. Enough that he said, hey, we can decorate our bedroom with this. That should make me feel like $1,000,000. Be like, it's just 3 colors. Brushed back and forth between each other. Not any, like, real thought or anything behind it at all, but apparently good enough that he liked him. And him saying anything like that is amazing, because he's neutral, very neutral. There's no dislike or like. There is an appreciation of. So when he actually chooses the words like and it can hang up, it's like, yes! It's like success on some degree. I think that's gonna be it. Oh no, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna burp down here. Bring the damn yellow all the way to the edge. Instead of like halfway. Like up here. Just get off my brush yellow, just kind of blur. It's not gonna show up. I don't care. Get on there. This one looks more like a pansy than anything else. I guess that's okay. It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be. Okay. Now, hopefully this didn't dry on me. And it did, so there's that funness. I'm gonna break the bristles apart. There we go. There we go. There we go. Kind of lay it on thick and hopefully not make things much larger than they already are. I just stuck my hand in something. Okay. Arm in something. At least this purple is very, very dark when you get the layers up on it. That makes me happy. Don't slip. Just nice, thick, not transparent. Gotta whisper or it won't work. So I totally try to stick my face on camera, but not. Okay, that's nice and thick and goopy, and we'll definitely need the hair dryer. Definitely. Is there... Yeah, I do need to add a little bit of yellow. Oh dear. F this yellow. F it. F it, F it, F it, F it, F it. I'm gonna put just a little bit back here. And kind of not destroy things over here. Which is exactly what I just did. Yoink. That's a big old swipey. Okay. That's also a big old swipey. Get on that. Thank you. None of that will be able to be seen. Okay. Does krill only accumulate while you are streaming? Yes. Yes, it does. Only when I'm streaming, and you earn, I think, 1 krill for every minute that you watch, but I think you earn 2 krill for every minute that you are actively chatting. And offline does not count. I don't upload VODs, because I haven't thought to. Yep. That's currently how it goes, is just currency only accumulates while I'm streaming, and you get double if you're active. I need to set up a thing where you can actually redeem those too. Because that's basically the whole point of the currency, is being able to redeem something and get even more out of the stream. As a thank you for supporting and, like, you know, watching a lot. That sort of thing. My way to give back. Oh god, the purple's not dry. I forgot. I already forgot. That's okay. It was dry enough that I didn't flip out. Okay, now, maybe, if I can, just dig that little dude. That little dude. Okay, hair drying time for at least a little bit. Alright, there we go. And thank you, Isabel. Glad you like. I think I'm gonna tweak this little guy here. Also, to remind myself, I have more than one paper towel. I do have more than one. There is more than one. This is gonna help. red isn't nearly as transparent as yellow is, so when you stick it down, it's just like, bam, I'm there. And then you're like, thank you for that notice. I was not aware. This poor little bugger. Okay, let's try and use a different paper towel. I'm gonna throw that one over there. Come here. That. I actually don't need my brush anymore, but the place that it usually lives is out of reach currently, so. Okay, so what I was planning on doing was putting little light bugs in places, and oh my god, I did not see that. Why? It does not matter, it's there, it's gonna live there forever, it's done. It's absolutely done. It just kind of blends out to nothing, doesn't it? Okay. Weird. Like, literally have to goop on the yellow. Maybe I should have painted a white frosty thing around it first. Probably. I suck at making random patterns. Making random patterns is an art. That probably just flat out ruined this. Okay. Noted. Absolutely noted. I should have looked in how to do that first. I also want to say, this might actually be the appropriate time for white. Oh, come here. Oh, my paint was under my table. There we go. This might actually be the appropriate time for white. And so making these sizable is okay. Well, I will commit to it because they're already there, and they didn't wipe off that grate, so might as well. At least this is the tiny one and not the big one. As I hunch over like a... Okay, there we go. Good posture. Keep a good posture. Now, we probably won't put straight up white in the middle of this. We'll probably mix it with a bit of yellow. Because white will flatten things out. I'm trying to put a big one there. Because I almost jab myself in the eye with this. Thank God for glasses. Didn't put one like right there too. Thought I stuck one over here. I think it wiped off the best because it was the newest. Okay. Alright, Mag, thank you for hanging out with us today. Hope you had a good lurk. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Really appreciate your time, and we'll catch you later. I also think the one thing the Commissioner will not like is the background. I have a funny feeling that they'll be like, the flowers are great, can you put them on something else? Well, yes, thankfully I can, but... well, but nothing, actually. Backgrounds, technically, if you follow a formula, are supposed to be lighter than the foreground. I think that, that really applies to landscapes. I don't know how that... actually, that applies to scenes, too. Or it can. Rules are meant to be broken. You don't have to live by that particular one. Hold on. Finger there. Dot there. On the edge of canvas. So, oh god, this is essentially what I'm doing. Polka dot central. Yay. That's probably far too many. I probably should have just did like one or two big ones. Ugh. Learning is so painful. So painful. Anyways, I'm gonna blow dry these yellow dots and then mix some white and yellow to try to make them look like fireflies. Okay, now I realize I might have done these backwards. I might have needed to put the white down and then the yellow in the middle. Instead of, well, it depends. Yeah, honestly, I can't picture either one of them. White on the outside would be... the casting light is really bright instead of warm. Boop. That's all we need. white is really opaque. I forgot about that. Like, it is not transparent at all. You cannot see through it when you paint with it. But yellow is entirely transparent, so that... This is way too big, too. Way too big, not enough paint. Should have really gone with just a couple of big ones. Probably actually look up how someone else has done this particular thing. Okay, they do look really glowy. I'll say that. You won't be able to see Jack squat, I'm sure. Because focus is evil. There we go. Just unhappiness all around today. Let's see if I can find someone who's done little, not dragonflies, Jesus Christ, light bugs. Oh. Roll all the way over here so we can search. So I think there's one gal who has done it before. And that is Banana Janmana. There you go. Very good painter. Amazing painter, actually. She does it for a living. Okay, there's the giant cupcake painting. And that might be the one that I'm thinking of. Where she just did a couple of little light things. She did. They were very... Oh, they might have been bubbles. They're kind of... Yeah, they're kind of bubbly. Really faint. Really, really faint. Okay. At least I can link this. I can link this. This is the actual painting that I'm looking at for the video. Dude. Okay. It was the only one I could recall that had any source of light spherical things, and it's not actually the thing that would have been useful. Okay. Oh, I still need to paint some black dots. Purple dots. Okay. I don't know if I should use this one or not. Honestly, we'll use the other end. Probably ruin the crap out of it, but it's okay. It's still just a practice piece. That's a really tall div dot thing. How do we fix that? Come here. Oh, mistakes were made! Mistakes were made. A rather large one. Wash. Wash, 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 please. Post haste. Like, right now. Thank you for not being a jerk. Oh, thank you for not being a jerk. I just get paint everywhere, that's okay. I don't care as— oh, thank God, that little bugger gets fixed. Okay. That one was pretty big. That's okay. Oh yeah, the fish Jemana paints is very, very realistic. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Without foobarring things. Like my hand. Wash this. Wash that. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that fish painting is actually part of an art show she's making art for right now. I think she's going to be having a gallery showing over in England where she lives this month. I can't remember if it's like the first or second Friday this month. I don't know if it shouldn't be tomorrow. It shouldn't, but it could be. I thought it was like the 13th. I guess I wasn't totally done. Have these little guys still, I suppose. Don't even know why I'm bothering with this tiny canvas. That's okay. There we go. Oh yeah, definitely. Extra points for not getting paint on her clothes. Totally. Totally. That's why I wear an apron. That's why I wear a painting apron. And I've run out of coffee. So I'm like, this still looks like a pretty poor composition. Because there's nothing on the bottom. They're just kind of floating willy-nilly. Yep. Okay, make sure I don't have a paint on my finger that I just stuck in my eye. There we go. Doo-ba-doo. I might go back here and ruin this. Let's ruin this. We'll never know if it looks good if we don't try to ruin it first. Well, that paint is dry. This dude, come here. All of you, come here. That is a bristle. And I just want to peel the skin off you. There we go. Thank God for this blue sheet of construction paper. Otherwise I'd have a handy dandy mess to clean up. Definitely not enough paint for what I want to do. I just kind of want to blur. A lot of paint on there. Oh, my talent went down the drain right there. It's dead. Wow. It is dead. Do well in certain angles. Let me just mash that on there, why don't I? That'd be good. I don't know what I'm doing. Nope. Other than needing a lot more paint. It's gonna dry transparent, isn't it? Like a jerk. Because the yellow and green's probably not that opaque either. Oh, you guys. Oh my god. god, if I have to paint over this crap more than once. Nose itch. I am. It's gonna have to be laid on thick if I don't want to have to freaking paint it more than once. Okay. That's okay. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is good. Other than it's gonna look pretty horrible in the end. Just like that. Wow. Wow, I just destroyed that. Hot damn. Alright. Can I just... I kinda can. Except, let me stick my hand in it. I honestly feel like this could be, like, huger for some reason. It's like, where's all my paint at? Not doing its thing. Kind of fading off into the background. It's gonna be really bright. It's gonna be really, really bright. It's gonna probably dry into nothing. That's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna dry into nothing. kind of like feathers. That's what their leafy parts are like. They're kind of like feathers. Hollow Knight has a very good soundtrack. Like, it is amazing. So I'm not surprised when people buy the game just for the soundtrack bundle. That's awesome. That is a really long stem. Have I played the game? I have not. I have watched Ezekiel 3rd. I think it was Ezek. Yeah, Zeke did play it on like an Indie Sunday. Or Indie Sunday on Monday. And it's a very well made game. Polished. Amazing soundtrack. Like, good concept. It was a great game to watch. And that's kind of how I've been consuming games lately, is by watching other people. Yeah, it's a platforming game. I do know it's a platforming game. And I believe it might be a little bit roguelike, so expect to die. Puzzle platformer, I think, is the main genre that it is. I just killed that leaf, that's okay. Okay, dear God, this needs to be done. I need to play Shadow of Mordor. Oh, it's been waiting. What does this even look like? I don't know, I've been looking at it too long. I'm gonna have no opinion, otherwise it's gonna be a negative opinion. We're trying to kill the pessimism. Oh. Except for when our... God frickin'... There we go. Headphone cord gets all jacked up in the chair. Alright. I'm gonna call it. Been staring at this way too long. Time's almost up anyway. It's got about 7 minutes left out. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. We are gonna be writing tomorrow. All good old story time. Ooh, the Lotro expansion. No, it's not the Lotro expansion. I love Lotro. Shadow of Mordor is the actual game where you play Writer? No, Writer. Yeah? It's kind of like Assassin's Creed or Batman Arkham Asylum, where you go around killing a whole bunch of orcs, building up your forces and whatnot. Yeah. And then Shadow of War is a sequel that's coming out pretty quick here, and I have been wanting to play Shadow of Mordor since it came out years ago, and never have. But yeah, tomorrow is Friday, and it's going to be story time, so thank you everyone for watching, including you lurkers out there. I appreciate your time so much. If you are new around here and you'd like to know when I go live, you can hit that follow button on Twitch, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and you can follow me on Twitter for live updates at JasmoColors, and I will catch you guys all next time.